Hi you guys, welcome back to the White Bungalow. The last time you guys were here, this was completely different. So we've made some renovations, some big and small. So we thought we would take you along and show you what we've done to the house so far. So let's start outside. So I felt like this just looks like a bungalow, and if you guys ever been to the bungalow in Huntington Beach, then you guys are well aware that this looks just like it. We went with a white home. The last time you guys saw it, it was this like sage green color, and it just made everything really dark and dingy. Now everything feels just very open and fresh and clean. So we love the finish that we did here on the siding, and then we did like a bright white on the trim. So yeah, you guys come on in. Okay, so if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know when we decided that we wanted to paint the house white to give it a fresh and almost like Newport Beach vibes, I wanted a door. So I was searching online and all the doors that I wanted were so expensive. So Javi was like, we have a solid door and it's heavy, it's good. Why don't we just strip the door and turn it into its natural wood? And I was like, are you serious? So we decided to do that because it was such a beautiful door that we're like, let's just preserve this door. So what we did was, well, what Javi did was he stripped it, and it took hours and even days because he really wanted to make sure that he got to like its original like wood. So we basically got there, and then we used a natural matte finish on it. And then I just picked up some modern black hardware to just kind of give it that nice like modern look. So I really love, from the outside looking in, you have a white home that's like beachy and airy with the tan door. I just feel like it completes the house and it gives a nice pop of color without it being a painted door. So moving on, so when you first come into our home, I get tons of questions on my pampas and this vase because I shoot over there. This is in the background, so you guys are always asking me questions. So this vase is actually from West Elm, and this is the extra large organic vase. Now these pampas are also from West Elm, and they are actually smaller. So if you look, they sit down here, but what I did was I put some butcher paper down at the bottom, so it really emphasizes the pampas and it makes them look like they're taller. Because we have such high ceilings, I always need things that are like bigger, so it, you know, kind of fills in the space. So moving on, this is the first thing, well, one of the first things you guys notice is the light fixture chandelier here, and I just love it because it gives a nice grand feeling to the home. Okay, so when you come into our home, I have lots of warm neutrals. I like very minimal, very subtle, very clean things. And I'm also a huge fan of symmetry and balance. So if you look behind me, I have this wall here and this wall. Back there, this door actually leads to the hallway that leads to like our rooms and our restrooms, which we're not gonna go there because I haven't done any renovations over there since the last time you guys saw my home tour. But here I have some symmetry. So if you notice, I have this mirror that is square. I also have this picture frame that is also the same size and in the same like dimension, I guess, if you're looking at it from where you guys are standing. And then to give it balance, I have both a wood bench with black wrought iron legs, and then I also have a wood table with black wrought iron legs on this side. So it makes the room feel balanced and not so symmetric, but still just balance, I guess is the word. So I get the most questions about how do I keep this area so clean with, you know, a white sofa and the kids. And I basically, because I have, this is the formal living room, we have a family room, so they know really not to touch this. And even when Lila was little and she would try to like touch things, I put her on timeout and then she would just listen. So I really strongly believe in just teaching your children not to touch the certain things or to, you know, yeah, just to not touch things. So they don't even come in here at all. So this stays clean. This sofa, we actually got it customized, and I will never again get a customized sofa for a room that you're not gonna even touch. It makes no sense because nobody knows if this was Target or if this was Restoration Hardware. So when I picked out these two chairs, I was like, I'm just gonna get something affordable because we don't use this room. I wasn't using this sofa and I paid a lot for it. So I was just like, we're just gonna get some affordable chairs here. So I ended up going with this mid-century modern two chairs, and they just have like really clean lines, and then it has like a tan linen seat. So again, there's tons of mixed materials. I love using mixed materials in my home. I love bringing like the outside in. So you will see if you kind of go throughout my house, I have tons of things such as this grapewood branch. And I like that I paired it kind of with this like cratered like rock. They both have like this crater looking effect. So it gives balance to the table. And then both pieces are like really big. So it has a nice balance. And again, I love neutrals, so it works. Moving on to my fireplace. Now this fireplace, as you can see, it is so huge and it makes such a big statement. This is something we see every single like day, like 100 times a day, because we walk from one side of the house to the other. So I really wanted to have a focal point, which is this huge Pottery Barn clock. And on each side, I again had to go with symmetry and balance. So I added books along with these beautiful clay vases from Pottery Barn. And a fun little tip is all our books that you guys will see like throughout the house. Javi and I actually picked them up from like our travels like throughout the years. We'll stop at like a bookstore and buy a book for like $1. The most I think I paid was like $5. And they all come in different colors. So what I did was I just wrapped them with butcher paper, and you can't even tell, they just look like brown books. And then on the inside, if you guys will see here, this says Tokyo, Japan. So I always write like where I found the book and then the year. So again, I just added brown butcher paper to all of it, so that way it kind of is seamless and it's all just in the brown family instead of having mixed colored books. All right, so this is a new piece that I actually picked up at an estate sale here in my neighborhood. It was so cheap. This is a Jordan Brown rattan little console table, and I was so happy that I got it for like $25. I just couldn't believe it. So anyways, moving on. Our dining area. So not much has changed here from my last video, but we did get a new console table here. The last piece was just too small, and honestly, I didn't like it at all. Again, we have such high ceilings and there's a lot of like white space in our home that we needed something sturdy and big and bulky to kind of like help weigh everything down, you know, if that makes any sense. So this just holds all my candles and extra books and things that I use throughout, that I like change throughout the season. And then again, I just have books, and then this beautiful frame from Williams-Sonoma. And then these cabinets, you guys seen them before. That one is nice and pretty, and this is kind of like our little family memorabilia photo op situation. Okay, so not much has changed in my kitchen. Everything is pretty much actually the same. If anything, it's just dirtier. So we're gonna move on to the family room. We have a gate here for Leela, obviously, so she doesn't fall. Okay, so this is our family room. This is where we spend a lot of our Friday nights, where we watch movies. We wanted this room to feel like a game room. So the kids have their section where they have like all their toys. One of our newest purchases though is this foosball table. This is like a 4-in-1 foosball table. So it has, as you can see, foosball, it has air hockey, it has ping pong, and then it also has a game of pool. So it's really fun. Javi and Liam love to play this. Liam is all about soccer right now, and he loves like a good challenge. So they play this all day. Besides that, nothing else has really changed in here. I'm not sure if you guys saw this bay window the last time, but this is just kind of looking out, and it's really huge, really beautiful. So this is like our family room. We just love it so much, and it's cozy in here. Okay, so if you guys watched my last home tour, you know that this is what sold me on the house. These huge windows and double doors. We overlook Catalina Island. However, when we saw the house, the backyard trees were so outgrown that you couldn't see past those trees. But I did, I had a vision. So what we wanted to create was a indoor-outdoor space. So eventually, this will actually be sliders, and you'll be able to open up this whole thing, and it'll be seamless where you can just kind of walk outside, and we'll have a table with seating, so that way we can have dinner outside on the patio area, because we have really easy access from the kitchen here. But for now, we have a lounge seating, so let's take you outside. Okay, so we have these screens here, obviously to keep the bugs out when we like to have this open. And so this kind of takes you out here. And I love that it has, again, easy access from the kitchen to out here. So if we want to just grab some chips or something, some water. I just saw a fly go in there. Okay, so this space has to be one of my favorite spaces since we painted the home. Before, this was like this sage green, so in here it felt very dark. It wasn't as open and airy. Now that we painted everything, it just feels so much bigger, and it feels like it's just open, and it actually feels like you are inside, but you're outside, and when you're inside, it's kind of seamless, so it feels like it's just an extension, which I love. I have a pot that I need to put a tree in, so that eventually we'll get to that. But when you come down here, we just have a great lounge seating. This fits like easily like 10 people or so. And one of our recent purchases was this rock fireplace that is electrical. So all you have to do is turn it on, and it is so nice to just sit out here, you know, after like a long day, and really just soak up the California sun and watch the sunset. It's so beautiful. I even added some water for, you know, for visuals. But yeah, we just love it out here. And then we hung some lights, so it just looks really pretty at nighttime. This is like a place that we love to just come and hang out with the kids. And then moving on, this area we have our bar, and this is pretty huge. We get a lot of use out of this space when we have parties. You know, we'll have somebody behind there serving drinks, and everybody, this is kind of where all the drunk people congregate because there's just drinks constantly flowing. So, all right, so moving on to our biggest renovation yet. So do you guys remember when I told you that we couldn't see past those trees? Well, now you can. And now we just have this open field of land. So the design for these steps, we wanted it to be very big, grand feeling. Javi and I get a lot of inspiration from our travels, so we wanted these steps to kind of mimic, you know, like a hotel kind of feel. Because we have such a large space, again, we needed stairs that were really huge, that made a statement, and I think we did that with these steps here. And as you can see, I added 2 pots with olive trees just to kind of, again, give symmetry when you're down here looking up. I'm all about symmetry. It's just a thing of mine. So when we were coming up with the design concept for our backyard, you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen the before pictures. This was a complete jungle back here. I couldn't even really visualize things because I was just like so overwhelmed with the amount of trees that were back here. So once we started taking everything out and clearing it, that's when my vision started coming. And we spent a lot of time when Liam was younger in the Hamptons. And if you're familiar with them, the backyard of the homes are just huge and they have lush green everywhere. So that was like the design concept when we were designing this. I wanted just basically a field of grass and I wanted it to be on flat land. We still have somewhat of a hill here, so it was very hard to make this completely flat, but I think we did our best and we did a really good job at you know, just making this such a long piece of grass, and the kids love running around and playing out here, and we have enough space to host like a huge party, which we can fit like easily like 100, 200 people down here. And then as you can see, the play set here, this is where we spend all of our weekends, and the summer, this is where we basically live. When I was coming up with the design, I thought about putting a pool down here. However, the kids are still really, really small, so that just makes me a little bit nervous. So maybe in a few years when they get a little bit older, we will put a pool out here. But for now, this is perfect. We love to just spend our time out here. So we added a umbrella with some seating and then the play set. So this whole renovation down here took months, but I think we got it to where we wanted. And I think it gives me all those like East Hamptons vibes with all the lush green and then the trees going around with pillars and lights. It looks really beautiful down here at nighttime because all of these are lit up. So it really emphasizes the backyard and it just looks amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly take you guys to our little vegetable garden and the other side of our home. All right, so I love that our home has like different sections, whatever we're kind of like in the mood for. This area here is our back of the house in front of the garage. So this is where we basically enter and we bring all the groceries through this door here. But this area, because it's just flat and we have a gate here for security reasons, the kids, this is where the kids love to just play, ride their cars. So this is also where we have our little vegetable / fruit garden. It's a little DIY right now, but I know you're probably thinking, why don't you just have a garden in all that lawn you put down there? But I just love that down there it just is just grass. So for now we have our little garden here and it's easy access to our home, so the kids can easily just come and water the fruits and vegetables. I'm out of breath from walking up those stairs. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is the area where the kids love to drive their cars. They have easy access to just like come out here, grab the car. With the gate closed, I just feel more secure here. So this you can find at Best Choice Products. I will make sure I have a link in the description box. If you guys want to check out any of the toys that we showed in this video, then you guys can click those links and check them out. They're all super affordable and yeah, they ship them to you really quickly. So. All right, so as you can see, we love to have fun out here and just run around and play. So if you want to check out all these products from Best Choice Products, then make sure you guys check out the link down in the description box. And let's get to laser gun shooting. You like these?
Yes, but also like If you lose all 3 tabs on each side, you die. Game over, you have to play again.
Game over. Gotta play again. All right.
3, 2, 1.
Put it on there. You're not even. You're not even getting me. Hello? All right, you guys, we hope you enjoyed our home tour. Now you don't have to go home, but you do have to get out of here. Bye. Say bye, baby.
Bye-bye. Bye, Toodles.
Toodles.